Check, check. All right, hello, greetings, and welcome everyone to this surprise tutorial. I am Jeff the Christian Gamer. We are dealing with a game card could not be read error. Yeah, the first bit of information it gives you, it says to go to Nintendo, support.nintendo.com/switch/GameCard error. When I went there, it did not show my specific error at all. Yeah, that was interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a breakdown of more or less what I did to fix this issue, and hopefully it will help you guys out as well. So essentially, what I ended up doing was going to the website. The website did not have the error that I was looking for. So what I did was I clicked through the options. Once you go to the website, you'll see customer support, general problems with physical software, including error message, nothing inserted in game card slot. Yeah, that's the title. The title does not have anything to do with the error as you just heard. Nothing inserted in the game card slot is not the error that I'm receiving. The game card could not be read is the error that I'm getting. So I would wager that that solution would not be too terribly helpful, or as I wagered previously that it would not be too terribly helpful. Yeah, it actually was not. So I'm going to go through and tell you guys what I actually did. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and all that jazz. Thank you guys who have already liked and or subscribed. You guys are awesome, and I love you guys so much because you're the best. All right, so the first thing I did was, again, I clicked through the three options. There's multiple games, only one specific game, or only has one game card. On the multiple games, it gives you a website. With one specific game, it gives you a different website, and only has one game card. Yeah, that's another website. The first one, the multiple games, it says you have make sure you have the latest system update installed. Check for any available software updates for the problematic games. Okay, so we're going to do both of those things. What you want to do is you want to go to settings, and you want to go to, let me see, data management is probably not where I need to go, but I'm going to check here anyway. Nope, you're going to need to go to system and then system update. My system is up to date because I did this step beforehand, and as you can see, I'm still getting the error. To check for available software updates, yeah, we just did that. Sorry, latest system update, we checked that. For the actual software, we need to go to the data management screen and then manage software. Scroll down to the software in question. In this case, it is ARMS. So I'm going to scroll down to ARMS. Here we go. Auto archiving is off. This software will not be archived automatically. When archiving software manually, it will be listed toward the bottom of the list. Fair enough. Archive software. Okay, and delete software, check for corrupt data. So you can do either archive software, or you can do check for corrupt data. Both of those options will allow you to potentially fix the issue. If neither of these things work, let's go ahead and archive software. Yay, it's been archived. You're going to check for corrupt data. No corrupt data was found. All right, so assuming that either one of those was the issue, Nintendo's software would have been able to resolve it. I've actually had this issue resolved before by simply going to those two things and checking it out. Having it updated by itself, do it by itself. So yeah, both of those things were not the issue in this case because, again, back over here, ARMS is not playable. Yeah, so the next thing that I did is I went to the second error, only with one specific game. That one gave me slightly different options. After it tells you to check for the system update and for the software updates, it asks you if the issue is still occurring. If you say yes, it'll ask you the publisher of the game, and it'll tell you if the card can't be read, you need to contact Nintendo for additional support. You can do that if you would like. I have not done that because I was actually able to fix it a different way. But yeah, that's the other option, the second option on that screen. The last option only has one game card. When you go there, it will basically do the exact same thing. It will not tell you to check your system updates, etc. Excuse me. It'll tell you that if you don't have another game card to verify that the issue is an issue with more than one game card, then they would recommend testing your system using a second game card. Basically, they say, hey, buy another game. For those of you who only have one game card and that is not an option, again, I got you. I'm just letting you know what the other options are, what Nintendo actually advises you to do so that you can try those things first and then make sure that those are not the solution that you need. So only if these are not the solutions that you need to go to your system itself, your system's game card and the slot that it's inserted in. You want to make sure both of those are in good condition. Specifically with respect to the game card, if you take out the game card and you look at it, you want to make sure all of your contacts are there. And I'm going to go ahead and check another game for parity because I believe they all have the same number of little slots and squares cut out of them, but I'm going to go ahead and double check anyway. Yes, okay, they all look the same. So you have 4 sets of 2 and 1 set of 3. That's looking at it from left to right. For ARMS specifically, you'll notice that the game cartridge is green. For a larger game like Smash Brothers or Xenoblade Chronicles or something like that, you'll notice that the game is actually a black color on the back of it. Yeah, just make sure that those contacts are there. You should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little squares etched out of the game card itself. They're little square shapes. If you don't have those 5 little square shapes, or if the square shapes are rubbed or scratched or something like that, then you need to have Nintendo repair that game card. You can have them do so by calling them up and saying, hey, I got a game card that's scratched, and then they will give you the appropriate steps to do next. They'll send you a little box to send it back in, etc., etc. Yeah, again, that was not my particular issue. So again, we are going to go to the next item up for bid here. That is the system itself. If you have your system available to you, and if you can actually check inside of there, you have an exact number of contact points correlating to the number of little lines on the back of your game card. You're going to check those contacts to make sure that they are not broken, that they are not bent, or they are not missing. If any of those 3 things is the case, your game is probably not going to work. I am so sorry for you, but you're gonna have to talk to Nintendo and get them to get that repaired. The repair cost for that specifically is not something that I know, except that I know that it's probably not free because it's a damage thing more so than a wear and tear or a manufacturer defect. Unless, of course, you pulled your Switch out of the box and you noticed 2 of the contacts were bent or something, then you could say, hey guys, yeah, this came out the box this way and maybe they'll replace it for free. Yeah, The next thing you want to make sure of is that those contacts are clean. So you want to make sure they are there. You want to make sure they are clean. You remember both of these steps occurred when I was talking to you guys about the Joy-Cons and how to get them to charge properly. It's because, it's just that needs to be a thing. They need to be clean. They need to be there. If your contacts are present, if your game card is unblemished, if you have checked all the Nintendo website stuffs and you still cannot figure out why your game card is not working, the solution is actually very simple. Simply inserting that game card, verifying the error. All right. Verifying the error. Saying OK. You can remove that game card. You can insert another game card. In this case, I'm going to go for a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate because I play that game relatively frequently. Oop. All right. Insert Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Do not load it or anything of that nature. Take that bad boy out of there again. And then insert ARMS once more. It should come up and allow you to download the software. So go ahead and download that software update, because that is the problem, and it's not going to let you do anything until that software is downloaded. Yeah, it's going to take me specifically 6 minutes to do so, but that is the issue. And for some strange reason, when you go to check the system's for the system for corruption, the app data for corruption, and you go to all of the other steps that Nintendo gives you on their website, they do not, the option to download the updated data does not come up in any of those menus. You have to take out the game, put in another game, take that other game out, and put the original game back in. That's the only way that I found to make that work. Now that is only if you are under the circumstance where you have inserted your game card and it does not read it. If the error says game card could not be read, then that is what you have to do. If you have any other error whatsoever, I would suggest trying these steps because they are all a similar type of error. But if you don't have that particular error, then I cannot guarantee that these steps will work for you. But if they do, fantastic. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I am Jeff the Christian Gamer. If you'd like to like and or subscribe, please do that by clicking on the links provided. If you'd like to check out other videos I've done, you may do that by clicking on the links in this video. I do have a Facebook and a Twitter. Please check those out to see when I release new content. Again, you guys are wonderful. I will catch you next time.